The NBA playoffs are here and it's time to make predictions. Let's go. So to start it off, in the East, we have the third seed Knicks and the sixth seed Pistons. So I think the Pistons are going to win versus the Knicks. Hear me out. So the Pistons have a 3-1 record against the New York Knicks and 2-0 away. That means they've been undefeated at the Madison Square Garden. That's pretty hard to do. But if we're getting into statistics here, the Knicks have a better offensive rating and they're first in the league for that. And the Pistons have a slightly better defensive rating. Also, when the Pistons are down at the half, usually they win versus the Knicks. But if the Knicks are down at the half, that's not good for them. But overall, the Knicks do have more playoff experience, but that doesn't matter for the Pistons. Pistons are also better at rebounding. I think the Pistons will be able to take on the Knicks in a 6-game series. Next, we got the Pacers versus Bucks. So, the Pacers do have a better offensive and defensive rating, but that's really against the other teams because the Bucks have a 3-1 record against the Pacers in the regular season. And even when their star players are hurt, they still manage to win in the regular season. So, I think the Bucks have this series in a 6-game series. Last and definitely least, the most boring series of the playoffs will be the Celtics and Magic. The reason why this will be one of the most boring series is because, come on, it's the Magic versus Celtics. The Celtics just came off a win in the NBA Finals, and the Magic are coming off from a round one loss. Obviously, I'm choosing the Celtics over the Magic any day. And the same thing goes with the Cavs and Heat. Are you serious? This will be the first seed versus the 10th seed. The Heat will get absolutely whooped every single time in every single universe. The Cavs are not winning. If you think the Heat are winning, you must be an insane Heat fan. So in the first round, the West. In the Wolves versus Lakers matchup, this one is going to be a close one. The Wolves have a better defensive and offensive rating, with the Minnesota Timberwolves having an offensive rating of 120.4 and the defensive rating of 100. But when it comes to the clutch, the Lakers are better. In close games, Lakers usually win versus their opponents this season. But when down by the half, the Timberwolves usually win over the Lakers. Then, if we see the 4 matchups they made this season, the Timberwolves before the Luka trade were 2-1, but after the Luka trade, the Lakers were 1-0 against the Wolves, and they've beat them by a good amount of points. But besides from the stats, we've seen that Luka has demolished the Wolves this season and last season. He has a grudge against Rudy Gobert because he's offended by when Rudy Gobert has to play defense on him, as we've seen in this clip. Even though the Wolves have a better offensive and defensive rating, I think the Lakers will be able to pull this series in a 7-game series. Then, the second seed Houston Rockets will be facing the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry, he's Stephen Curry. He's going to absolutely demolish the Houston Rockets. I don't care if the Houston Rockets are the second seed in the West. Come on, the Warriors have to defeat them. They got the experience in the playoffs, especially when Jimmy Butler's in the playoffs, dueling with the legend Stephen Curry. It's going to be chaos. The Houston Rockets will not be able to defeat the Warriors even if they have pretty good defense. I think the Warriors got this matchup in 6 games. Then we got the Clippers versus Nuggets. So the Clippers do have a better defense than the Nuggets, but the Nuggets offense is just way better than their defense. And plus, they got Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray in the playoffs. That's a whole different breed. So I think the Nuggets will win this series in a 6-game series. And the Oklahoma City Thunder are obviously going to win. Now I'm just going to make it quick. So in the second round of the Western Conference, I think the OKC Oklahoma Thunders are going to win versus the Nuggets because, they have a way better team, even though Jokic and Jamal Murray in the playoffs is probably not good enough. Then we got the Warriors and Timberwolves. This will be absolutely fun to watch. This will basically be like the 2022 NBA playoffs between the Grizzlies and Warriors. So that means I think the Warriors will be winning this. Then in the East, we got the Bucks versus the Cavs. I think the Cavs are going to win this because they're the best team in the East. Then we got the Pistons and Celtics. I think the Celtics are going to win because they just came off of NBA Finals and more playoff experience. Then we would have in the Western Conference Finals the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Warriors. And I think the Thunder will still win because they have an absolutely stacked team. Then in the Eastern Conference Finals, it would be the Celtics and Cavs, and I think the Celtics will win. Thank you for watching.